Welcome to the Epic Gaming Night Podcast, a podcast about the stories and relationships board games create. I'm your host, Roy Canny, and with me as always is Matt.
Hello.
And Rob.
Hello, hello.
Hopefully all of you guys out there in internet land can hear us loud and clear this week. We had technical difficulties, mostly due to terrible internet service.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Exactly. After the next day when I woke up, I'm like, I'm calling your internet service provider because I figured out they were only getting like 3 megabytes down. I called them. I was like, hey, I want faster internet for less money. I had to stay on the phone with them for a while, but I got them faster internet for less money. So it's pretty awesome.
You know what's interesting? Is I only have 3 down.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like set up to be that way, or do you need me to call them? Who's your provider? Let's do this. Actually, I'll get them on the phone right now. It'll only take like 30 minutes.
Hey, man, there you go.
But yeah, I got them. They had 3 down. Now they have 50 down, and it's $7 less than they were paying before. So I mean, I don't know how you beat that. Obviously, their company was just ripping them off, like giving them a terrible deal. I think their thing that they had was like 5 years old or something crazy. Anyway, enough about internet service providers.
Woo!
Yeah, exactly. Today we're going to be doing a board game bracket. We're going to put these games through the gauntlet and see what happens. And
knock stuff over.
And knock stuff over. And it's going to be cool because we're going to simultaneously vote on which games are going to win, which that'll be in a little bit. But before that, we've got some news, and we can talk about what we've been playing and what we've been up to. Did you guys end up getting together to play stuff?
No, so we were going to, right? And then a thunderstorm rolled through. And so I stayed around to help with the girls. And then the thunderstorm left. But then I was busy working on something. I have been slammed, man. Absolutely slammed with work.
Gotcha.
So,
Skype is just the most pleasant program to ever be around.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Cool. Well, let's get into the news. There's a news article that we talked about a little bit last week, but it was a little bit shaky and rough, so we want to talk about it again, and that is Loot and Shoot is back on Kickstarter from our good friend Stephen Avery. This is a game we talked about a bunch where you're like using rubber bands to like knock over different characters and shooting them at stuff. It's definitely a very innovative, crazy game.
Yeah.
And you backed it, right, Rob? And they've got like a new price point on it too, which is really cool. So.
Yes, and we're almost funded. We're like at 89% funded.
That's solid.
I need to get on there. I need to make it happen because I want it back.
Yes, this needs to happen. So I'm excited for it. They added some more custom stuff, and it's going to be one of those silly games it's going to be like a silly, fun party game, and that's really what this game is.
What other game can you own that comes with safety goggles? I mean, come on,
right?
I mean, it's a good game if it comes with safety goggles.
I agree.
Awesome. We'll definitely check out Loot and Shoot. That's currently on Kickstarter right now. The next thing I want to talk about, I just got back from the Cool Mini or Not Expo, which was ridiculous. I'm going to be slowly putting up different videos that I've done. I did like previews with some of the Cool Mini or Not guys, and I'm going to put together a blog. But I just today released my interview with Eric Lang, and we not only interviewed and talked about some games, it was mostly just silliness, but we also did a meme review where we reviewed Blood Rage memes. And whenever I watch that with someone else, like I can't help but like cry laughing at it. I don't know. I'm like, it's just hilarious.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just silly. So I went in, I was just like, threw some Surge on the table and was like, we're gonna have fun. So if you guys haven't checked that out, make sure to check it out. But one of the big things that was announced at Cool Mini or Not Expo is Eric Lang's next big miniatures game that he's actually partnering with Rob Daviau to do. Not a legacy game, but it is a Lovecraft game, and that is Death May Die. And I actually have some of the miniatures behind me on the green screen. just because like they look ridiculous. Like they're really crazy looking. I'm really excited for the Kickstarter to come out. They said it's going to be a cooperative game that's 1 to 5 players, where it tries to give you more of that like actual Lovecraftian horror and dread, but it's like you can completely trust all the other players, but you can't necessarily trust yourself. And they play up the big, like the insanity and all that stuff in this game, and I guess there's insanity stuff that can make your character like automatically do stuff. Sometimes it's advantageous, sometimes it's terrible, sometimes it's a little bit of both, is what Eric said. So that's kind of interesting. Like your character will move on its own or do crazy things on its own or whatever. And I guess it's just based on different mental illnesses your character gets as the game goes along, because you're insane or you start insane, something like that. But it's also supposed to be very difficult from what they say. So it'll be interesting to see a Eric Lang cooperative game. Does he have other cooperative games? I don't know if I remember any Eric Lang cooperative games. Yeah, XCOM's definitely cooperative. Game. And it's also extremely hard. Thanks, Eric. Yeah. So we're going to see how this new game goes. But it's going to be on Kickstarter, like they said, soon. So like I feel like Zombicide Invader still on Kickstarter?
No, it ended.
Gotcha. I'm thinking it's going to be like real soon.
And it did well. It did like over 3 million.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that thing ended strong.
Man, have you seen, I know it's not part of the news, and it's getting ready to end on Kickstarter, but have you seen this Confrontation skirmish game?
No.
Just go on Kickstarter real quick if you can and look at these minis. Like, I almost want to back this just for the way that it looks.
Gotcha.
This looks absolutely gorgeous.
Is it just like a miniatures game, or what kind of game is it?
It's a classic skirmish game. Yeah, it looks like a Rune Wars type of game. It's miniature wargaming.
Oh, gotcha.
It takes place in medieval fantasy world filled with legends, heroes, and tales of bravery. Confrontation takes place in the vast setting of...
But does it have giant monsters?
Gosh. What?
Does it have giant monsters?
It does.
Sweet.
Yeah, like look at this thing if you get a chance.
Try to do it without messing everything up.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I just you're talking about Kickstarter, and I went to Kickstarter to look at Loot and Shoot, which I am excited for as well. And the price point on Loot and Shoot is on point. Like you can't beat that new price of $30.
Oh yeah,
for
that's
a
ridiculous.
game like that. So that's going on. But yeah, man.
Sweet. Awesome. Well,
super awesome.
I guess we can get into what we've been playing. Have you guys actually got a chance to play anything, or am I just going to talk about this Cool Mini or Not stuff I played?
I think you should do the Cool Mini or Not Expo. Yeah. It's not that we don't want to, and fans, please don't, like, Matt and I, we actually met this week, but it was business related.
Yeah.
We like board games. We still would very much like to play board games. It's not that we don't. Just like this year in the spring has been crazy busy for me, and Matt's got projects that he's working on and stuff like that, and so it's just I promise I'll play something this week, even if I play a solo game of solitaire. I will play a game.
Totally like moved the red queen on top of the black king, and it was great.
Man, you didn't even know. Boom.
And when I put them all together, the cards just fell down like fireworks. It was great.
I was like, ah!
Playing on my Windows 95 machine. Nice. Cool. Well, the first game that I'd like to talk about from Cool Mini or Not is Gizmos. This is a game that's not out yet, but they said is shooting for around August/Gen Con time. And it is a engine building game where it's got like a little machine or a little box thing that looks similar to Potion Explosion, but the game is very different overall. You're basically taking different actions, which are you can file a card, which means basically there's like these rows of cards that are like level 1 cards. There's like 4 of those, and level 2 cards there's like 3 of those, and level 3 cards, and there's like 2 of those out in this display that you're basically drafting or buying those cards from. But you're using these little energy balls that you get. The file action lets you take one of those cards without actually paying for it, so you can grab it out of there if it's a card that you want to save before someone else steals it. Then you can take the pick action, where there's this little column of marbles that comes down, and you can pick marbles out of there of different colors. There's like teal and yellow and red and black, and you're trying to, and yellow. I already said yellow. Anyway, but you're trying to pick these marbles out so that you can pay for the different machines that you're going to be getting to basically run your little engine. Then the next action is build, which is where you actually spin those marbles to be able to build the different things. And each of these will correspond to the different actions that you take, and they'll go underneath it. And whenever you take those actions, these different things have chances of triggering. Sort of like where if you take the pick action and you pick a certain color, you might be able to pick a random color out of the top of the box. Or if you do a build action, it might let you pick a certain color out of the row. So it's like you can kind of chain things together, because like, okay, if I have where I build a red thing, then I get to pull a marble out of the thing, and if I pull a black marble out of the row, then I get to get a random one out of the top. So you're like trying to like pull and get these efficiencies of getting these marbles faster, so you can have more resources to build all this stuff. It's actually really simple and like family weight, but it's like a cool little engine building game where you're trying to put all these pieces together to be able to trigger a whole bunch of combos. There's also ones where it's like, oh, each time you build a black little machine thing, then you get a point, or like a red one. And then there's also the converter action, which is like a free action, but you have to have machines to do it. And it's like, oh, all of your reds are now wild, or all of your blacks are now wild, and you can use that to combo everything together better. So it's basically a game of grabbing marbles and building this little engine and just trying to make that more efficient. There are also like level 3 machines that you can get that'll have like multipliers based off of points. It's like, oh, well, you get X points equal to how many marbles you have at the end of the game, or X points equal to how many different of this color machines, sort of things. So your typical engine building, like Race for the Galaxy sort of thing, but with marbles and stuff. I actually really enjoyed it. So it's like, the reason I like it is because the turns are so quick. So it's like, I pick a marble, and that's basically my turn. Or I build a machine, that's basically my turn. Or I file a card, that's basically my turn. It can get a little bit longer when you have all these little combos you can do, but all they normally do is let you pick like an extra marble or something. There's not that much downtime at all. It's just automatically back to your turn over and over again. And it's like one of those little lightweight Euro things where it's like all that matters is the points in the end. And, you know, I'm not like the Euro game player or the games that don't have like huge theme or anything, but I really enjoy those like lightweight, fast-playing Euros like a Century and stuff.
It sounds,
and Ethnos.
I might be wrong, it sounds a little bit like Ethnos.
I mean, it doesn't have area
Simple.
control. Ethnos doesn't have engine building, but as far
Well,
as
you build yes, you do with your cards. You have the combos. I mean,
but those
it's
are
not
only once. So this, all of your cards stay in play and they're there. So you just get to do the same thing over and over again. Like one of the games I played, I did really good. I had made it where all of my red marbles were wild. Then I got to pick an extra marble if I picked a red marble. Then if I built a machine, I could be able to I had like multiples of those where I get like 2 extra marbles if I picked a red marble. And then like I had a machine where if I ever built like a red machine, then I would get to pick a thing. So I could be like, okay, I build this thing, and then I pick this thing, and then I get 2 of these or get 1 of these marbles, which gives me 2 more marbles, which it's just like all these combos start going together, and it just stays in play. So you're always trying to do the same sort of thing over and over again to just dump points in your area. And it's cool because you try to like get a lot of the same stuff that kind of synergizes together. So if you have a lot of things that like correspond off the same color, hopefully you just grab one of that color and just everything starts triggering, you know, which is really cool. I just like it because it was simple and fast. And that is Gizmos from Cool Mini or Not. Supposed to be coming out. This is one like I'm actually like I liked Potion Explosion. I mean, you have a little bit of like cool powers you can do once you build the potions. Did you play Potion Explosion, Rob?
Oh, I have it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool because you're like collecting the little things, and it has the whole like where you're trying to like knock them same color marbles together and stuff like that. This doesn't have that, but it's all about like building those combos up, which I actually kind of enjoy. So it's a little bit heavier than Potion Explosion overall, but still very different. and very interesting, and that is Gizmos, coming out
Gizmos.
in August. Yeah.
Sounds great. Is it prettier than Ethnos?
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
you're setting
that
the bar
doesn't
pretty
take
low,
much.
sir. I guess another game I could talk about. Man, I'm talking about like weird, abstract stuff. Forget it. I'm gonna say a game completely different because I want to talk about it instead. That's not a CMON game. I got a chance to play Thanos Rising.
How was it?
How's that?
It is it's pretty cool. It is a cooperative game where you're using dice and you're trying to like get different dice symbols to either recruit heroes or attack bad guys. Every single turn you're rolling the Thanos dice and he's turning different directions and attacking either the different characters in the middle there, or triggering the bad guys, which will end up doing damage to you. You place your character token out there on the thing and you're trying to recruit these different heroes, and basically you roll dice, and it's very like Yahtzee-ish or King of Tokyo-ish. It actually has more of a mechanic like you guys have played Elder Sign, right?
No, not the card one.
I don't think so.
Elder Sign is the dice one. I think you played it, Matt, but it has been a long time. Like,
That might have been that blitz of games where we just played a game, like a new game every
I
every
think you
week.
played it one time. But basically you roll the dice and you have to allocate one of the dice onto one of the characters or one of the bad guys that you're fighting. And then you can re-roll the rest of the dice. If you want to, you can allocate multiple of the dice at the same time. But basically you have different symbols, like you have like the fight symbol, it's like a burst, and then you have like magic, it's got like the little Illuminati Doctor Strange sort of thing. And then you have like webs, and you're just trying to get these different symbols on the dice, and planets, so like galactic stuff, and different characters of different types are going to need more of the different types of symbols, and you're trying to collect the characters that will give you more powers and combos. And all the time you're rolling this Thanos dice, he's turning around, he's getting different progress tokens on each of the Infinity Stones. The Infinity Stones will flip over and give him new powers that'll just wreck you every single time that stuff gets rolled. And you have to be able to defeat a certain number of bad guys. I think it's like 7 for like the easy game, and you can do more if you want it to be harder, before either a player is completely eliminated. If a player is completely eliminated and has no heroes left, you lose the game. Or if 10 heroes in general die, and Thanos is in the middle spinning around just attacking all the guys that you're trying to recruit. So you're just working together trying to figure out how to recruit these heroes, get new powers, and then take out the bad guys before Thanos just wrecks everything all over the place. We lost, but mostly I don't think it was a fair game, because halfway through the game we realized that you could actually when you fight the bad guys, whenever you do any damage to them, you get these cool tokens that'll give you like extra symbols for the dice, and you can actually let other people borrow those tokens. You can actually be like, okay, I have like an extra planet symbol, and somebody's like, oh, I'm trying to get this Guardians of the Galaxy character, they're like one short. You can be like, okay, here, have this planet symbol. So we were having a hard time like just getting off the baseline to have a couple characters so we could start doing combos with our dice, because all the heroes like let you mitigate your dice. It's like, okay, well, if you roll this symbol, you can re-roll it, or hey, you get an extra one of these dice. So it just like helps you get stuff better. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. We got wrecked because we weren't really playing the game properly, but
would you compare it to, or what would you compare it to?
Elder Sign mostly. Because it's a cooperative game. We were doing the dice allocation thing. But, yeah, it's very similar to that sort of thing. But it's just like a family weight cooperative game. It's very random and lucky sometimes, because Thanos could just turn the wrong way and kill off your guy, where if he had turned the other direction, you'd be fine, So,
yeah.
Or the heroes that come out are too hard to recruit, so you're just kind of stuck, like, missing your turns, because you can't roll... You roll everything you need except for one symbol, and you just can't get that one symbol after like 3 turns. And you're like, I have done nothing all game, which is kind of like what happened to me. But regardless, I loved it because it's got all of those Marvel Cinematic Universe characters that you've like grown to love. If you love the Infinity Wars movie, this is like perfect,
I have it on my short list of
And
games to buy next
I
off
feel
of
like it's the
Amazon.
kind of game that could be very gateway, especially since it's cooperative. You can literally just throw this game on the table with anybody. If you're the gamer and you're going to be teaching this to other people, I'm pretty sure you can teach this to almost anybody. You're literally just rolling dice and trying to get the symbols. So, it's pretty cool. And you get to be like Doctor Strange and Iron Man and Black Panther. Come on.
Yeah.
That's Thanos
Love
Rising.
it.
I don't actually have the game. We were playing Trevor's copy. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like pretty much #1 on my list of the games that are actually out right now that I want to get. Just because like not that expensive, I'd really like to get it. But it's like sold out mostly everywhere. So maybe it's on Amazon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey man, they
Yeah,
don't
but
have
it's on Amazon for like $50 though.
Ugh, that's like somebody reselling it, isn't it? That's gross.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, Amazon sent me an email today to be like, "Hey man, one of the games on your wish list is back available for sale." And I was like, "Oh cool." It was like Agents of Smersh, which is sort of hard to find anyway. And I was like, "Cool, let me look at it." $264. I was like, "Amazon, why don't like don't even start? That's nonsense. Cut
I bet
that
I
out."
could get that game in a trade.
I just keep looking at it, and I'm just like, it might, but I don't know that I need to buy anything else. So,
Nice. Awesome.
yeah.
Do you want me to go again? You want me to just keep doing this thing? You guys want to talk about games?
Well, the crazy thing is, like Matt and I already said that we haven't played anything, so feel free to just like keep going.
I hate to be
I know
just, like,
you're
the guy
hoping for
talking.
like a surprise, but I can assure you, we still have not played anything in the past like 10 minutes.
Just kidding. We actually played 2 games of Twilight Imperium 4. Hey.
Boom. Yes, we did. Got you, Roy.
Backstab. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roy's like, oh God, did I?
Cool. Well, I'll talk about another game then that I played. And I also played this one with Kent Parker and his wife. This
Freaking
is
Kent Parker, man. What
Yeah.
a great
what a
guy.
What
Yeah,
a
man.
guy. Yeah, it's
He's
awesome.
everywhere.
He taught me how to play Dragon Castle. This is like a Mojang style board game, but they've like taken Mojang and made like a modern board game around it, which is kind of interesting. So you have all these Mojang tiles out in the middle, and it's the board setup's different depending on the number of players. And it's also got like different setups you can do like in the back of the book too, which is kind of cool. So you have all these Mojang tiles in the middle, and you're taking actions because you have your own board that you're going to be taking Mojang tiles from the middle and placing them on your own board. And the way it works is you take actions on your turn. You can take a Mojang tile. If you want to try to take a Mojang tile of the same color and symbol, you can take a second one. So you're trying to get a lot of these, so being able to match one up to be able to get 2 of them in one turn is good. And then you put them on your own board in different ways. Or if you only take one, you can take a little castle rooftop, which is what you like. Once you complete sets of them on your own board, you'll be able to put those castle rooftops on top to be able to gain points depending on how high your Mojang tiles are stacked. If it's just 1, it's 1 point, 2, 2.3, 3 points, and that's just in-game scoring. Or you can like burn a Mojang tile from either your board or the middle board there and get a point, which is like the lamest thing to do because just 1 point is not that much. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to collect these different Mojang tiles, and if you ever have a set of the same four of the same color touching, then you get to flip those over and collect points for them. But the trick
Now
is
you're specifically saying Mojang. It's not like the Mahjong or the Mahjong.
I don't know how to say words and things.
It's Mahjong.
How you pronounce it? Mahjong?
Yeah.
Mahjong.
I like it.
Thanks,
Chat's kicking off.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so Mahjong, everybody's so confused in chat. I'm sorry. But yeah, so you take these tiles and you're trying to collect like 4 of them that are the same color. But if you get just 4, then it flips over and you just get like 2 points, and you can put one of the little castle toppers on top of it, and then you'll get however many points. But as soon as you have 4 that touch, that happens. But what you can try to do is like have the area placement so that more than 4 when you put the one in the middle of them, like, will flip over at the same time. So it's like, okay, I have 3 over here that are touching, and then these 3 over here, and these 3 over here, and I put this in the middle, and that makes like 10 of them flip all at the same time. If you could get 10 of the same color, that would be ridiculous. But there's like multipliers on how many points you get. So if you get 4, you get 2 points. If you get like 5, you get like 3 points, and it slowly goes up. But like if you get like 8, you get like 10 points or something like that. So like the more you get that are the same color to flip at the same time, you get more points. There's also rarities of the different ones that allow you to put towers on top of them. But once they're flipped over, you can then put other tiles on top of that. So they're like stacking up. It's really hard to explain because it's a very abstract game. So I'm trying to explain the concepts of it. But basically it's like set collection of these mahjong tiles and building castles on your own area. There's also these like animal and dragon cards which add like different rules that you can do in the game depending on the game you play. So it adds a little bit of replayability there. Like there's ones where you can spend a tile, like you can discard a tile to be able to flip when you only have 3 touching instead of 4, which would be cool if you just got stuck with 3 that you couldn't flip. Or there's ones where it's like the dragon ones are all like, if your castle has a certain shape or a certain structure, you'll get extra points at the end of the game. So you're trying to build your castle in specific shapes to get extra points. And that's the game. It's Dragon Castle. Extremely abstract. Another game that like normally I would just be like, meh, that's a boring, abstract game. But the turns are extremely quick again. So that for some reason, like these games that I'd normally be like, meh, that's boring, not my kind of game. When the turns are like ridiculously quick, I'm like, okay, I mean, that wasn't bad, you know? So yeah, if you're into abstracts or into mahjong looking style games, definitely check that out, because I feel like it would be a good game that I could play with like my wife and the in-laws and like my family and stuff like that, because it fits into that sort of game. But yeah, Dragon Castle. Woo!
Boom.
Awesome.
You did not get a chance to play Song of Ice and Fire?
No, I painted a Song of Ice and Fire mini in the school.
Don't care about that.
Whatever. I worked really hard. No, like it's basically the same. Like they didn't change anything. Like even the guy that I talked to before, that was one of the things that was kind of interesting. Like I was kind of disappointed a little bit. I was hoping, because they had a whole Song of Ice and Fire like seminar thing. They didn't announce anything new. They just did the whole thing that they did last year. Where like, if it's in the books, then it could be in the game. And I'm like, that's not what I want to hear. I want you to announce a new faction right now so I can actually get excited about the game.
If it's in the books.
First of all, the game is going to be awesome.
Yeah, the game looks awesome. But I was even going to like sit down and do a preview with them, but they're like, oh, this is basically just the core box, which is the same thing with that we had like done before and talked about. One thing they were reiterating is that if you're a board gamer and you're not normally into miniatures games, that the core box on this is going to be like board gamer friendly, and it'll give you a lot of stuff to do and play around with just that core box. You can play it against the self, Starks and Lannisters, and have a lot of fun with that experience. And if you want to expand more into the whole miniatures realm, you can continue to get more things for your faction and stuff like that. I had fun painting up Jamie, even though I don't like Jamie as much as I like Rob. But actually, I probably like Jamie more than Rob. I like Jon Snow better than both of those guys though. But Rob, meh. No offense to other Robs out there.
None taken. We're okay.
I like Robert Newman way more than I like Robb Stark. He broke his vows. He broke his oath. I mean, that's what you get, man.
I mean,
Rob's like, spoilers.
Yeah.
That's
okay. I watched the first and second season. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Dude, in my interview with Eric Lang, I said something. I've told Rob this spiel before, but I'm like, I want dragons, I want giants, I want undead. I basically said that to Eric Lang, and he's like, what? There's dragons in the book? Not everybody knows that there's dragons in Song of Ice and Fire. And I'm like, come on, Eric. Come on.
If they don't know by now, they're still in a coma.
They obviously aren't playing your game, man, if they don't know there are dragons. He's like, there's dancing dragons. I'm like, you're just silly.
He did say there's dancing dragons.
He's just silly. If you haven't watched that interview yet, like, I'm not saying stop this right now, watch it, but no, don't stop this. But right after this,
watch it.
Because it's dumb. It's dumb. in a good way.
Are we ready to do this, man? Are we
I am
ready,
ready to do this.
I'm interested to see who you bracketed against who.
Yeah, I didn't like I picked this at random. So the way this works is we each picked 5 games. Matt kind of picked 6, but I was like, we would have picked that anyway. Which it's good because we needed one extra game, and I was gonna be like, hey, we need one more game. But Matt picked 6, and I'm like, that's a good one. That one's going in.
I was surprised he didn't pick one certain game.
Oh, which game were you surprised he didn't pick?
I'm surprised he didn't put Pandemic on there.
Oh. I guess it's one of the ones that we haven't played enough to be able to vote on, you know?
Yeah. So. And I haven't played it in so long. I've forgotten what it's like.
Cool. So here's the bracket. So chat, let us know who you think's gonna win based off of
the
this.
pixels tonight are like super terrible. The highest is 240.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at the bracket and I see colors.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll tell everybody what everything is.
All right, and you need us to write it down and hold it up.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is there's 3 of us. So each pairing, we are going to each pick one of the 2 games in each pairing, and then we're gonna lift it up, and the game that has the most votes will win. And since there's 3 of us, one of them has to win over the other, right? I mean, there might be some pairings where just all 3 of us pick the same game, and the other one just gets to cry behind in the dust. But our games are Zombicide. I have Black Plague as the picture on here, but Rob says the whole series. Just Zombicide. Straight Zombicide is paired up against Century Spice Road. And then Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea is paired up against Marvel Legendary. Junkart,
that one's going to be tough.
Is paired up against Deception Murder Hong Kong. Then we have Spectre Ops paired up against Blood Rage, which actually makes me cry a lot on the inside.
That's the bad pair.
I know, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. Okay, and then Rhino Hero is paired up against Terraforming Mars.
Not even close. And I love both games, but not even close.
Then Mansions of Madness
Rhino Hero's going to the
paired
ship
up with Tales of the Arabian Nights.
Which one?
Mansions of Madness and Tales of the Arabian Nights. Hey, don't be giving away your votes beforehand. This is very secret, Rob. Then Zaya, Twilight Imperium, Champions of Midgard, and Dead of Winter. And those are all of our different games.
You have, like, really terrible matchups.
I know. I hate it. I actually really hate it. I just did it random, and I just put them in there in the random order that it gave me. So chat, let us know who you think is going to win this whole thing based off of, like, what the 3 of us are going to vote on. Who you think is going to be victorious, because you can kind of see how the matchups will go. Of course, like, once certain ones win, then we'll go to the next matchup. But yeah, cool. Everyone's sad. People are sad that we didn't say Scythe. Rob, you haven't played Scythe, have you?
I have not, and there were other games I could have put in.
Yeah.
I wanted to do like a kind of crazy spectrum of stuff. What I like about this idea, though, is like we can do this in the future with other games, and then like do like a champions bracket, right? Of like, okay, here are the the ones that have won other brackets. I'm excited for this.
Nice.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, cool. All right, the first matchup is Zombicide versus Century. Century Spice Road / Golem / whatever, but we have Century Spice Road on here.
Well, I know what Roy's gonna vote.
Okay. All right, is everybody ready? We're gonna hold it up at the same time, so that way we are not trying to influence.
I think I may lose this one.
I know that makes me sad on some of these too. I'm like, but I don't think my game or the game that I want to win can win against that pairing. I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
What?
Century. We're both saying Century, and Rob says
Screw you guys. Screw you.
Look, the only reason I say that is because I played Century more.
Does that make it? Are you blaming it on Rob?
No, I'm blaming it on your spelling.
I mean, I own Green Horde.
My spelling?
I haven't played it, so it's like I can't.
I get it. I mean, I do know I'm in love with the game a little bit more than your average person.
Nice.
I love how simple, and I love all the plastic.
Nice. Cool.
No, it's not nice, Roy.
The next matchup is Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea versus Marvel Legendary. This like hurts my heart. I love both those games.
Oh yeah? Which one do you love more? Who's been on the podcast and who hasn't?
I tried to find Devin Lowe's like information like for a while. I was like, how can I find the designers like information? But I couldn't.
I'm with you, Darth.
What's Darth saying? I gotta actually look at the chat over here.
He was saying Deception or Twilight Imperium's probably going to take it all.
Nice. Nice.
I know what I'm pushing. I'm pushing for the ship. I already know what I want to see in the final two.
Goodness.
And it's gonna break my heart if it makes it. Those two games make it to the final two, and I have to choose between one of them.
Okay.
And neither one of those games that he said is in it.
All right.
Come on, Roy.
Sorry. I did not spell anything correctly. Okay, ready, set.
You wouldn't be Roy if you did.
Hey, my education is flawed. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh no!
Matt, what'd you get?
Legendary, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like Heroes.
It's okay.
I like Heroes more.
I understand. I mean, I don't, but I do.
Oh man. Let me. Fun fact: I actually like have this bracket in Photoshop, and I'm like editing it as we go along.
There you go.
Good times. Okay, the next setup is Junk Art versus Deception.
Nope. Can we not that it's not a bad game, right? Can we just go ahead and just throw it up real quick?
Okay, let's do it. Ready?
Like it's not even close.
Yep.
Yeah, we both all got Deception.
You have deck Tom.
I wrote. It doesn't say deck. It does say Decton.
Yeah.
I was just writing random letters. Come on.
Junk Art is a great game. Don't get me wrong. It really is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
But Deception is just so good. So good.
Oh God. Next up,
the one that makes me want to cry.
Which one?
Spectre Ops versus Blood Rage.
Oh.
This sucks because like.
This one does suck.
I feel like I know which one is higher in my top 10, but but it's like
I'm going with my first instinct. Just ask yourself the question real quick. The first one that comes to your mind, just go with it.
Fair.
Right? And I love both designers. I'll wait till after we throw it up, even though I think we're all on the same page.
Yep. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
That's actually really sad.
It is really sad. Like
God, I like Spectre Ops so much.
I love Spectre Ops.
It's. I actually have Blood Rage set up on my table right now because I just did it for my Throat Punch lunch video, and I'm just like, man, this game's good. I don't know what else.
I would have gone Spectre Ops, but you guys voted Century Spice Road over Zombicide, so
you're trying to do it. Take that to Emerson.
It was like out of
I'm just
spite.
like Emerson can only have one.
Oh, so sad.
I mean, saying no. I mean, he is so good. But no, I mean,
I
I've just
swear,
played Blood
if Spectre Ops was paired up against like anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to this thing. All right, the next one on the other side is Rhino Hero versus Terraforming Mars.
Doesn't even matter what it is. Doesn't even matter. And can we clarify?
Also,
it's,
if you
Rhino
vote
Hero
for the
Super
wrong
Battle?
thing, I'm pretty sure you're just off the podcast.
It's Rhino Hero Super Battle, correct?
Rhino Hero Super Battle, not just regular Rhino Hero.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Ready?
Yeah.
It's not even close. Just
Hero. Oh, Matt said Terraforming Mars over Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Matt, get out.
Get out.
Okay, man. I'll see y'all later.
See you, Matt. It was good.
Matt,
Hey, who
how
wants to
could
come
you
fill in
do
for Matt?
this?
He picked the Euro over Rhino Hero.
I don't know. I've just been hankering to play Terraforming Mars recently.
That doesn't make it a better game.
But
I mean, maybe you wrote that down because you knew we were gonna vote for Rhino Hero,
No.
right? But
This is
no,
Epic Gaming
no
Night. I'm
way.
pretty sure all three supposed to say Rhino Hero.
I apologize to all of our longtime fans who have now taken this as an affront to just their humanity.
Their way of
and,
life.
my traitorous actions, I guess, will be dealt with.
This next
Matt,
one, I
I'm
don't
not
think it's
angry.
close
I'm just
either.
disappointed.
Actually, Matt's just gonna pick against us each time, Rob.
No, I mean it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. Terraforming Mars, I haven't played it nearly as much as Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Yeah.
But it's one of those like hardcore Euros that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
I like the idea about it. I really want to play with the expansions and stuff. So I get it, but it's just Rhino Hero, man. I mean, it's freaking Rhino Hero Super Battle.
Nice.
Boom.
Boom. Okay.
Hold on, Darth. What? Darth is saying that you would pick other dexterity games over Rhino Hero Super Battle?
Should I time him out?
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
dude, when Junkheart came out, like it was one of those things where I was like, man, Junkheart might actually take the crown for Rhino Hero. Now, Super Battle, I think, adds a lot of complexity to the game. That makes it a
how
bit
the
better
mighty
than
have fallen. Is all I can say.
But I don't know.
Oh no, Rob, what did you do?
I timed him out, man.
Darth is so loyal. Why would you do
Doesn't
that?
matter. Darth, you better watch yourself. We're talking about Rhino Hero Super Battle. If I could time out Matt, I would time out Matt as well. You don't do it.
No,
Man, it's
Darth.
good to bitch.
No.
You
Good
don't
power.
do that on this show, sir.
I hope he can still see the video when he's timed out, or I'm gonna feel bad.
Oh, he can still see everything. He just can't talk.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, he can.
Okay, so the next pairing is Mansions of Madness versus Tales of the Arabian Nights.
This is a
Yeah.
I
bad
mean, we
setup.
already know where this is going, but I feel like Matt's gonna be on the other side of this.
No, Matt's gonna be on Tails.
Absolutely. You guys already know. It'll be all right.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Mansions is so much better.
I mean,
Overall.
Rob, would you just vote out your number one right here? I don't think so.
I'm pushing Mansions to make it to the ship.
Oh, by the way,
Mansions.
I played Mansions of Madness. I'll say that in a second.
The new expansion?
I played with the old expansion, but it had new expansion stuff added in, which is kind of interesting.
Sweet.
I played with like the new characters, and it didn't have the new monsters, but it had some of the new items, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so
No, Adam, I will not. I will not, Adam.
Madness.
Tails.
They need to
Mom.
learn
Hey,
respect.
Rob, you can't vote for your mom.
It's M period O period M period.
No, that stands for Mask of Madness. It's a Dota 2 item.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Rob got real big to the Dota 2 scene.
Nice. Cool. Anyway, yeah, I played the new expansion for Mansions. Well, I played Streets of Arkham. There's one that's like the like lab one or whatever. Dude, Rob, you need to play that. It's
Here's the
cool.
crazy thing, is I have all the expansion stuff now, and I haven't played a lot, man. It's just
Yeah, it's one
it's one of those
Streets
games
of
where
Arkham
I
ones.
love it so much,
think
but it's a big game.
It's not that long,
Okay.
and it's really cool. Like, I just really like it. Like, it starts off with combat, and then you just get to do cool things. I don't know. It's fun. I like that game. Let me actually duplicate this. Cool. And bring this up here. Oh, man, that's going to be a rough matchup when we get to that. Okay, next. Xayah versus Twilight Imperium 4. This one hurts me too, but I feel like man, I honestly don't know how Matt's gonna vote. I know how Rob's gonna vote. So.
If it's any consolation, I too have no idea
How you're gonna vote?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure you're gonna be the swing here anyway. So.
Yeah.
You could vote the way that it's probably not gonna go, just so that I'll feel better that somebody voted for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I know what you're voting
anyway.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I hate this pair up, but because I yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Hold on, is that Rhino Hero Super Battle and Mansions in the next bracket?
Hey,
Yes.
hey. Hey, you did this to yourself, man. You could have voted Terraforming Mars in.
TI4, Twilight Imperium 4 is my vote. Matt went for Xayah. Yeah,
I went
love Xayah.
I went
played
TI4.
another game that I played. Each time we talk about a game that I played this past week, I'll just bring it up. I played a 20-point game of Xayah with my dad.
Oh, hey, that's actually impressive.
It was we did it over 2 days.
Hey, there you go.
And we just left
Darth Vader 13. Did he make another?
Did he make another?
Did he make another? Oh, please. Darth,
Oh,
is that
God.
you? If only. Oh, Darth, I love it.
Dude, did he make another YouTube account just to get back
Oh,
on?
yeah.
Dude, Darth, it didn't block you out of the video, did it? Because that'd make me really sad. I'll have to time out Rob. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Darth.
But yeah, I played a 20-point game of Xayah, and it was a blast. I got my ship completely just full of everything. There was nothing else I wanted on my ship. I had all the things that like reduce shields. I had like 3 of the GTS units, so like no matter what I rolled, I got to move at least 7. And majority of the time I was going 12 speed across the galaxy. It was like beautiful. And we got to a point where I'm just like, all right, I'm sorry, Dad. You have a tier 3 ship, and I get 3 points each time I kill you. So I just flew up beside him and just would obliterate him. He was going from no damage to destroyed in one turn, which is actually pretty hard to do in Xayah. But I just had everything that like mitigated his shields, and I'm just like massive amounts of damage, and then I get 3 points. So he had to spend the rest of the game like flying away from me, and I could fly so far. I wasn't like chasing him. But if he ended up just a little bit too close to me, I'm like, I think I can make it. And I just go over there and kill him. And that's how I got to 20 points. Like, it started to ramp up at the end, like because I killed him like 3 times, and that's like 9 points right there, you know? So it's like, yeah, it was fun. But I feel a little bad.
Darth said he was still able to watch.
Okay, good. Good to know. Cool,
So,
this next one.
Would that mean you'd feel bad if I timed this Darth Vader 13 out?
No.
I mean, I'm giving him a pass. That
it's
was
clear-
crazy amazing.
Clearly a new man.
He's clearly a new man. Listen, that was Darth Grader. This is Darth Grader 13. He's changed his mind.
I'm not gonna do it, Darth. That was pretty fantastic.
Give in to your hate, he says. Cool.
All right,
this next matchup is another terrible one. Champions of Midgard versus Dead of Winter. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, me personally, I don't know which one I want to vote for.
Hey, next time we do this, instead of just doing all games, let's just pick a category so it's way easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Euro games. Perfect. I know what
Well,
the top 3
think-
is going to be.
I think that's a good idea, but I also like this because it does make it hard.
Right, yeah.
'Cause, like,
I
Euro
wanted
games,
it to
I'd
be
have my
randomly
favorites
generated
in the-
because then we get stuck with matchups that are not what we would normally pick. You know, it's not going to just be like our top 10 list or the top 10 games make the thing. We get strong games paired up against each other, and then a strong game like gets eliminated, which makes it rough. You know,
Man.
so it makes it kind of fun. Okay, I think I know what I'm going with.
This
I just have to.
Oh, no.
so far, I think this is probably the hardest. This is harder for me than Blood Rage Spectrops.
But the scary thing about this is riding this one. Do I strategically eliminate a game so that it won't beat other games that I like more further down the road? Which one is more likely to beat games further down the road?
I will say I will vote for either one of these over the TI-4.
Stop.
Like it doesn't matter.
We're not metagaming. This is just now. Does everybody have theirs? I got mine.
No.
No. God, why is this difficult?
I mean, if I'm going off of times played, the Den of Winter gets it.
This will be interesting though, because I might be the odd man out on this one. We'll see.
Both Darths in there. I predict that of Winter, as do I. What a tool, man. Oh, Darth, man.
Hey, our view count just went up.
Darth.
Darth now counts as 2 views, so we get higher view counts now.
Hey.
Love it. I absolutely love it. All right, man.
Watching.
Crap! And see, I also been itching to play Champions of Midgard here recently.
I've got my thing written down on a piece of paper.
Man.
All right, I'm good.
Okay.
Not happy with this. I have mine down. I'm going to have to do what Matt is doing.
Dead of Winter.
Yeah.
All of us picked Dead of Winter. Nice.
This was really, 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 really hard.
Yeah, that one was hard.
That's what she said. But
But
still.
for me, I was just like, I have to go with the thematic game. Like, I mean, I really like Champions of Midgard, and I think the theme is amazing for like the Euro type stuff. But Dead of Winter, the situations it can create.
Yeah, it was the storytelling for me that pushed it over.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they didn't have the storytelling and it was just like, okay, the same old with blah blah blah, but the crossroad cards and storytelling are just
Okay.
just that edge.
We are into the next part of the bracket here.
Man, that's a super blow, man.
And we're going back to the top here, where we have Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea up against Century Spice Road.
Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea against Century Spice Road.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or Century Golem. Just Century. Either of those two. Think of it either way you want. And this also makes it interesting because you might end up voting for a game further down the line that you didn't vote for the first time just based off the matchup. Like, it's like, well, I didn't vote for that the first time, but against these two games, I like that one better, actually. That makes it kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready when you guys are.
Same.
Is Rob thinking?
Not too much because it hurts.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got mine.
Wow.
Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. Matt, you just haven't played it. I mean, I think me and Rob have played it a few times. But I really
If I'm
do
being
like Century.
completely honest with you, it is not the type of game that I enjoy.
Dag. Blunt.
I just know that, like, when I play it, I get the same feeling that I get when I play Tiny Epic Kingdoms, which is just like, I'm going to be here for a bit, and I don't know that I'm going to be the happiest.
Huh.
I'm certainly not sad or upset. It's just like, I don't. Something about those style of games, just to me, I'm just like, oh.
4X games?
Yeah.
Or games with that encourage direct conflict?
Probably the direct conflict thing.
I've seen games of Heroes of Land,
it
Air,
certainly
and Sea.
does.
I've seen games of Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea where people just don't combat at all, like the entire game, and still
really?
do really good. It just depends on the faction you're playing and how you play it, you know? Like, there's certain ones that are just really good at just turtling up and doing their Euro thing and gathering resources and collecting points sort of thing, just on their own continent by themselves and just defending. So, There's several different ways to play the game.
Yeah.
But you also have only played the prototype, right? It makes a big difference.
It does make a difference. The final product really turned out great.
I might have played it with you at.
Yeah, you haven't played the finished game. I know. So
if you've only played with Roy
or Mini Mace.
Well, I haven't played the full product. Like out.
Because you got the full product like in December or January, right? Right before we went to Florida.
Oh, speaking of which, we have a contest for Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is amazing.
It
is literally ending in 3 or 4 days. So if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't entered the contest for Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, it's going to end super soon. I'm going to repost about it on Instagram and everything like that. Because I'm super stoked. And there's been like a little bit of like things like rumblings of like a new Kickstarter for Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea because it's really hard to get a hold of because it's not on sale. And we're going to try to have Michael or Nathan or somebody from Gameland on the podcast soon to be able to talk about it.
I want to hear how their China trip went.
Yes, and that would be awesome too because I want to hear about all the production stuff. They just got back from China looking at all the item meeples being made and stuff like that. So nice. Next pairing, Deception Murder at Hong Kong versus Blood Rage. Oh, that hurts.
Hooray.
That hurts.
Do you guys know what you are picking?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but I don't like that I have to make this decision. I don't like any of this. Who came up with this idea? This is a terrible idea.
This is not the worst one so far. Adam, the worst one was Dead of Winter Champions of Midgard.
Making me choose against my children. Okay, everybody ready? I got mine.
Well, I had mine. This wasn't that close for me.
Matt, just think.
No,
Put some person down. Put an
happy.
extra person down. You know how it works.
Yeah, man.
Blood Rage. Oh, Rob didn't pick Blood Rage. He went for Deception. Oh, how the mighty have fallen again.
It wasn't even a contest. Interesting.
Dag.
Interesting. I'm sorry, buddy.
For me, it's just almost always the more epic game wins. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I really like Blood Rage, right? But I also like there are a lot of really great other area control games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is no other social deduction game that even competes with me for Deception Murder in Hong Kong.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, as far as
and so like for that aspect, like if I never played Blood Rage again, I could still get other fixes of area control games. But I just like Deception is my hands down social deduction game. Like I don't even bring my other social deduction games anymore.
Yeah. My problem is
good.
I keep playing like tons of these area control games, and I keep just being like, Blood Rage is the best designed and like the tightest one of them like ever made. I don't know. It
is really good. I like Blood Rage over Rising Sun still.
Yes. I mean, I'm still there. I played Rising Sun at Cool Mini Not Expo, and I still like Blood Rage better. Honestly, I wish Eric, like, come out with more stuff for Blood Rage. I should have talked to him about that. Come on, man.
I'm excited. I hope he does something with Africa. Yeah. I would love to see. I
just want
like Safari and like. Could you imagine the miniatures for like huge elephants?
I'd be fine with a crossover kit. Just cross over all of his games together. It's fine.
Well, I think he's gonna do like continents, right?
Yeah.
And so, I know Blood Rage it's basically the.
It's mythology, right?
It's just different mythologies. So,
but anyway, what's the next one? Come on.
The next one is Rhino Hero versus Mansions of Madness.
Oh
man. Well, I'm ready.
Thanks, Matt. You didn't vote
You're
for it
welcome.
the first time. This
Yeah,
guy.
but we definitely would. Now I can give you guys flack.
Does that mean Rob's gonna be the swing vote on his favorite game? I guess it's not gonna be a swing vote, is it? Or maybe he just like when you pair these two up against each other, the universe just crumbles in a weird way.
This is like Highlander, right? Like the winner of this one is going to decapitate the other one and absorb all of its power. Because there can only be one type of a thing.
Yeah,
like that's what I imagine. Whether it's a rhino cutting off a Cthulhu head or like Cthulhu eating a rhino, I just see like electricity and somebody being floated in the air about 10 feet with like lightning going through them and just screaming. Ah!
It's really weird to think about like the
Like
matchups
Sean Connery's coming back.
and who's there who could swing like because each time these happen, different people like different games better than the other. So it's like where I might like me and Rob might like this game better than Matt. Me and Matt might like the other game better than Rob. The other game that Rob picks, I don't know. It makes it kind of interesting, I think. Okay, I'm ready. You guys ready?
Yup.
I wrote Lovecraft.
Rhino Hero. Oh man, guys!
I mean, it's
come on, it's the Epic Gaming Night podcast. We gotta.
Oh,
pick
now
Rhino
you're gonna
Hero.
give the speech back to
No,
us. Thanks, Matt.
absolutely,
You already betrayed
absolutely.
Rhino Heroes trust.
Y'all didn't even vote.
You already
didn't
betrayed
even vote
Rhino
what you
Heroes
needed to.
trust. You just haven't played Mansions, man.
Yeah, that is true.
I've played
I'm
so
figuring out,
much
like-
of that game, and
I have to.
playing it just the other day just reiterated the fact that like I don't know. I need to move.
It's
that game
just
up.
such a complete game. If you were to do like the like Desert Island type of scenario, but you
Yeah,
could only
that'd be
bring
a
like one
great
board
one.
game with you,
I mean,
with unlimited
it'd be
battery life.
exactly
for my
unlimited
phone.
battery life.
Yeah, if I could do that with unlimited battery life, it'd be Mansions of Madness, hands down.
Cool. My bracket's running out of space. Cool. Now we are doing Twilight Imperium versus Dead of Winter. This is where I cry.
Yep.
I knew that I made an enemy by putting that there. Well, actually, no. I don't think it could have gotten any further than this anyway. But it's fine. My heart says.
My heart
Do it
says,
Yeah. You guys are both Dead of Winter. I'm definitely still Twilight Imperium 4.
I mean,
Okay.
Twilight Imperium 4 is a solid game.
Right.
yeah, it's good. It's no Dead of Winter though.
Goodness gracious.
Mostly because you can play 2 to 3 games of Dead of Winter in the time it takes you to play one game of Twilight Imperium
I
4.
disagree. Maybe 2, but 3,
Yeah. Well, I'm including setup, right? If the game's pre-set up when you get there, yeah, it's all right. You can get 2. But if it's not, you got to set it up yourself 3
Man,
games.
now these matchups are gross.
Woo!
Always
Nah.
gross. Okay. You're like, nah, it's easy sailing for here, Rob. Is that what you're saying? It's easy sailing. Okay.
It's not bad.
We're down to the final 4. Let's just recap. The final 4, we have Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, Mansions of Madness, Blood Rage, and Dead of Winter. So for the first pairing, we have Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea versus Mansions of Madness.
Boom.
This might be weird because
No.
Matt, don't show yours yet because Matt, is not necessarily a fan of either of these as much as we are.
Yeah, that's true.
So Matt might be the swing. I don't know.
My
Rob already
might
showed
be
his.
the
He kind of
swing.
made it cheaty, but we already know what Rob was gonna pick. So
Yeah, like that's the best game on there. It's such a great game. It's such a freaking great game, and it's a game that we need to play again, Matt. Like it's so good. And when we do like the creepy cabin thing, we will definitely be playing this game.
Yeah.
Like the full music, the lower dim lights, and all that stuff. Spoiler alert: I'm not talking about Heroes.
You know what's interesting is I haven't typed either of these games before, so I have to reduce my text size in order to make it fit.
I say you could just type the first letter or the first word.
Oh,
or
that's right.
acronym.
Could definitely do an acronym. Let's do an acronym.
Let's ack it up.
All right, Matt. I guess it's me
Yeah.
and you, because Rob.
Okie dokie. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
What, Roy?
Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea is like in my top
It's not better
5
than
ever.
Mansions of Madness. Get out of the show, man. I'm gonna mute you.
I love
the
Mansions of
dumbest thing
Madness,
in the
but Heroes
world.
of Land, Air, and
That-
Sea is literally like one of my favorite games ever.
It's better. It's a better game than Mansions of Madness. Get
If
out of town.
if you
what
gave
did
me
you eat?
the
what did
right
you
amount of
eat in
people
Atlanta?
and you set them in front of me and said you can play Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea right now, or you can play Mansions of Madness right now, I'd pick Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea.
You're only saying that because you just played Mansions.
Well, if I just played Mansions, I would pick it because I like it more. I haven't played. Well, I played Heroes a couple weeks ago. It's not even that long. I just love 4X games. I love 4X games, and I feel like it's a great.
This
4X
is
game.
ridiculous. I'm so disappointed in both of you. I didn't even think it'd be close. Don't get me wrong. Freaking Heroes of Land and Sea, it's a good game, but it is not a better overall game, Roy. And that's what this bracket is for, is what's the better game.
I'll put this here, like this.
What Adam wants to pay $1.99? I don't get it.
What does that mean? Is he
Oh
super
no, is
chatting
this
us?
I'm pretty sure he did.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's paying
voting
$2
Dead of Winter
for
at the top.
Dead of Winter to the
that
top.
beat Blood Rage?
Oh man, let's see how this goes.
Roy, I don't even like you anymore, man. I can't believe you just did that.
Dude, you knew. I told you Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea was in my top 5. You knew this.
Isn't Mansions in your top 5?
It's like 6, 7, 8, something. It's around there somewhere. It's my favorite cooperative
so
game.
War of the Ring, TI4, Zaya.
Actually, Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea is above Zaya.
And what's the fifth one?
I don't have a fifth one. It actually might be Mansions of Madness.
Mansions is such a better game.
uh,
I'm just like,
disappointed.
yeah. It's not that I'm mad. I'm just disappointed.
Thanks, Dad.
You realize I love all of these games. I don't understand why you're so upset about this matchup. Okay, next
It's not even
matchup:
close.
Dead of Winter versus Blood Rage. This actually is super easy for me. Like, it's not even close. So,
Oh, guess it's just me then.
there might be more difficulty on. Actually, I have all these names written down. Why do I keep rewriting them? Like, I should just have different pieces of paper, and I keep rewriting the same names on things over and over again. I just grab the piece of paper that I've already written it on. Okay, I got it. You ready, Matt? Or are you thinking?
I'm thinking.
It could be a tough one, but honestly, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna spoil it. So, I would have put War of the Ring in this list, but Matt hasn't even played it, so we can't really even do that. And I don't think Rob would let it get very far because Rob's a hater.
No, I'm not a hater. It's a great game. The only problem is you're like the only person I could ever play that game with.
Yeah,
It's not that. I actually really enjoyed the game, and I was really kind of.
dude,
That was one of those regret sales that I did.
I got Hunt for the Ring, and it literally has rules where you play Hunt for the Ring, and it affects your War of the Ring game, and then you immediately play War of the Ring afterwards. So you play like the Nazgul trying to hunt the hobbits down and do like a hidden movement game into the giant game of War of the Ring that goes after that. And
it is a good game.
It gives you like
It
extra
really
actions
is.
at the beginning depending on how well your side did, which is kind of cool.
It's tough. It's tough.
Matt,
I like
are
it.
you
I
there?
like the epicness. I love the theme behind it. There's a lot that I like about War of the Ring. It's just I didn't need to own my copy since I already know you have the stuff too, and I'm only going to play with you, right? So, and to be honest, you're like one of the only people I'd want to play with because you're also a huge fan of the IP.
Oh yeah.
You're a big fan of the theme, and you know all the rules. So it just makes it super easy.
Dude, I'm pretty sure like in a couple weeks, I'm just gonna do a call to try to find somebody to play War of the Rings with. Like somebody
Call
needs to
me,
come
I'd
over
come
and play
play.
War of the Ring. Like I need to make it happen because it's been
Yeah.
too long.
Oh, is this one tough for you, Matt?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good matchup. It's a good matchup, but this one still, that Dead of Winter and Champions of Midgard one, that hurt the most.
Yeah. You're like I'm already dead inside. I can't die anymore, Rob. Is that what it is?
Well, it's not that. what's killed me the most is you and Matt and your picks. That's what's just like shocking.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying for like my own internal struggle to choose from because they're both fantastic games. I mean,
honestly, we love all of the games on this list for the most part. Well,
Yeah.
some of us
That's why
love
they're on
all
the
of the games on this list.
oh, I love them all. There's not a game on this list. I would say out of all these games, Xia is probably my least favorite, and I enjoy Xia. It's not terrible. It's a fun game. I'm still a little
It just
bitter.
makes me
from what you
sad
had.
because I feel like the plays that you had of it ruined the game for you.
It was
and
your
I feel like
father.
It's my fault. I mean, yeah, which makes me sad. Hey, listen to this. 20 points, man.
Yeah.
20 points. You know what I'm saying, right, man?
Oh, I get what you're
20
saying,
points.
but I would say let's turn that 20 points and play a better game.
No, I'm just saying, think about that. Anyway, okay.
Oh, it's a big game.
Okay, Matt, have you picked? Or like literally?
Yeah.
Okay, you picked.
waiting.
Okay. All right, let's lift them up. Rob, what is it? Rob, what is it? You're gonna hurt my feelings. Rob, what is it? No, it's gonna like. Oh no, it's not gonna win the whole thing. It's fine. I was about to get sad that I was gonna win the whole thing.
It's such a good game.
Oh man, Dead of Winter over Blood
I
Rage.
like Blood Rage.
That's
I really
rough.
do like Blood Rage. Again, it's the storytelling. It's the storytelling for Dead of Winter that just does it.
God,
Honestly,
for sure.
I like Battlestar Galactica more than Dead of Winter. Fight me. Don't at
That's
me.
weird.
Bye, Roy. Can we?
That's
Can I
weird,
just
that's
hang up
like-
on the call?
I feel like you've mentioned before that you're not really that big of a fan of Battlestar Galactica because it just feels so incredibly hopeless.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I feel worse about Dead of Winter in that aspect.
Okay, well that makes sense.
No. I mean, when I talk about Battlestar Galactica, like I go crazy because it's like one of the games that brought me to the hobby. And even though I don't enjoy that it's extremely long, but I feel like when you get that event going on, I feel like my game of it at Dice Tower Con just like vitalized my love for Battlestar Galactica. It's not even on the list, so I don't know why I'm talking about it. But cool.
I almost put it on my list. I thought Matt might have put it on his.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh.
Well, we've got the matchup. Mansions of Madness versus Dead of Winter. All the way to the end here is what we've got. Everybody's got to make their votes.
I've already made mine.
Same.
Yeah, I figured you guys both have it, and I'm pretty sure I know who's going to win. So,
One.
okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh god. Hang on. I wasn't. No,
Sorry, Matt.
you're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's just out of focus.
Robert, did you put yours up?
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, it's Rob's favorite game, and I
Yeah.
just went on a
One more time.
spiel about how I like Battlestar Galactica better than Dead of Winter. So, and our winner is Mansions
This was
of
a lot of fun, man.
Madness.
We need to do this again.
It was fun. I think I thought about this afterwards, like just now, that it'd be really cool to have like the patrons pick the game and then we vote on it. But hopefully we'd be able to pick games that
Conversely, you could do something else where you send out a group of games that we pick, and then patrons choose between them, and then we just reveal
Yeah.
them on the stream and then talk about them. That would work too, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, and also to turn a little bit of what Matt said earlier, instead of picking like style of game, we could pick genre. So like this, we're doing our top 16 space games because there are good Euro space games as well as other types of space games, and we could do like medieval. We could do a bunch of different stuff.
cool.
Because like I could see Xia going up against Terraforming Mars and other games in TI4 and stuff, and Star Wars and a bunch of other stuff. But this was fun.
Well, there was our bracket. I'm sorry, Matt, that we drug a game
I'm
that you didn't vote for a single time all the way to the top.
No, I did. I voted for it once when it was up against Heroes of Lanterns.
Ah. Wait. Did you? You did
Yeah.
not. You voted for Mansions of
Yes,
Madness.
he did because you voted for Heroes, and that's why I got mad at you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did vote for it then. Yeah. I was getting confused for a second.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. Cool. So Mansions of Madness beats everything out. Hey, Matt, we should play that.
Yeah,
Dude, did you see my case that I have it all in now, Rob? It makes me happy.
I haven't seen the whole case all and stuff put together.
I put a giant like elder sign, like the symbol that's on the dice. Like I got like a vinyl one and stuck it to the top of like it's like a telescope case that I got from Goodwill for like $3.
That's a great idea. I need to go like thrift shopping and find some like unique cases, like especially for like my zombie side stuff.
Okay.
I have so much.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, the oh god, I forgot what it's called. There was that insert company that I backed a Kickstarter from.
Yeah.
They have a big
Daedalus,
box.
or?
Yes.
Daedalus
it's
stuff
Daedalus.
is so good, it's ridiculous.
They have a big Mansions of Madness box. Hang on, let me see if I can pull up a picture of it and send it to you guys.
I keep getting worried about Mansions of Madness boxes because they keep coming out with expansions. It's like, at what point do you actually buy a box for Mansions of Madness? Because it's like they put out 2 more expansions and you're done. You won't be able to fit the stuff in there anymore. I just want more DLC at this point. Like, we have so many components for that game. Like, literally, just make more scenarios. I will buy every one of them as soon as it comes out. I won't play it as soon as it comes out, but I will buy it.
And they did that too before.
Yeah, they've had 2 so far, but they have technically. I wish they had one that matched like each scenario. Like if it's like okay, or expansion. It's like okay, if you have this expansion, we're adding another scenario that matches that expansion. But I think the 2 they have so far, you can play with just the base game. I want ones that just really, I mean, they all incorporate in the expansion stuff, but I want ones that are like, use the tiles from these 3 expansion sets. Use the tiles from everything. If you have everything, you can download this one. Or maybe just give us a scenario that is specific to which expansions you have, even if it's not DLC. I feel like it'd just like sell the game even more, but I'm sure they sold tons of copies of it. I love that game. If you haven't tried out Mansions of Madness, I know the base game is not a cheap game, especially like for these Lovecraft games. There's a lot of less expensive ones, but if you can find it on sale, Mansions of Madness is worth it. I think Rob agrees.
Oh, I love it. Hey, speaking of Lovecraft, is that a Lovecraft game for Simon? Is that going to be on Kickstarter this year or next year? Or?
They said soon. Like, literally, they said soon. So, I don't know. It might be like the Song of Ice and Fire time frame that they had last year, you know? What was that? That was like in June or something? June, July area?
I just want my copy of that to come in. I'm really, really, really excited to play it.
I know, man. They had like the box sitting there in the media room, and I was just like, that's a big box of Heroes of Land and Sea. Okay.
Oh, I wasn't thinking of Heroes of Land and Sea.
Not Heroes of Land and Sea, but I meant Song of Ice and Fire. I don't even know why I said Heroes of Land and Sea. That's a big box of Song of Ice and Fire. But
yeah. Oh, the base box is big?
Oh yeah, I think they started out with it smaller, but like now it seems like it's like, I don't know. It's like the box they had sitting on the table was like Mechs versus Minion size.
Wow.
I don't know if that's like the Kickstarter box or what that is, but it was not small.
I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of my Kickstarters that are already late to come in this year.
Nice. Yeah, let me know when that hero or that I keep saying hero, stop it. Song of Ice and Fire comes in. I'll play it.
Oh, not even just that. I'm excited for I'll tell you in just a second.
Look at your Kickstarter and see how many games you still have that are supposed to be coming in.
Yeah.
I guess I can switch this.
I'm excited for the Village Attacks to come in. That's going to be that's a beautiful looking game. I'm excited for Village Attacks. Nice. I'm excited for the rest of Zombicide Green Horde to come in.
Oh yeah.
Which they've been pretty good about that, and I think they're going to keep their thing of June. But they already sent the base, so that was nice. I'm excited for Lords of Hellas and all the craziness. I just know now with them.
Darth and Jeremy are good people. They said they wish Zaya would have won. See,
Rob, you're also talking about Darth Grader right there. He's been kicked out of chat already once tonight.
Rob, you need to give us a second chance on the Zaya trailer.
On what?
Second chance.
I'm not giving a second chance on nothing.
I
listen. It's a good game.
Take the full blame of
Congratulations. It's your dad's fault.
I know. I take the full blame. I literally will never pair you guys up again, ever.
Oh, well, I'll play games with him again. I'm just never going to trust him unless it's like a full co-op game, and I'm not going to try to help. His whole thing was, oh, well, I want my son to win, and I'm just going to blow you up since I can't win.
I don't think that's the way that works. He never wants me to win.
He was losing.
Just like a troop.
Like, he just came out of nowhere and just started attacking me. And I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, well, I can't win, and Roy's at a closer spot to winning, so I'm just going to blow you up. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to blow you up. And first of all, it took him 45 minutes standing there to make that decision. I mean, he is analysis paralysis. And I like your dad. I like your dad. But he does not make the zombie cabin. He doesn't make it.
Awesome. Cool. Hey.
I said it.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning into this show. We stream it Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. at youtube.com.
Let's be honest, 9:05.
Epic Gaming Night. Yeah, sometimes we're a couple minutes late. You know.
9:05.
9:05.
One time, 9:10.
But, yeah. But hey, if you want to be alerted to when we actually go live, you can click that little bell button. In theory, that tells people when like they go live on videos and things like that.
What's scary is like all the times we'll get on and we see Darth is already in chat, like
Dude, that's
typing.
My favorite. Like, literally, he'll be like, "Hey, you guys are late," and he's like talking in chat, and like I'm like
he's
setting
such
up
a
the
teacher,
podcast.
and you have detention, and you have detention.
He just puts us all in attention. Nice.
Oh man.
Awesome. We also want to say thank you so much to all of our amazing patrons. And we also want to recognize our patron of the week. I know we've been trying to get this guy out for a couple weeks now.
It's been hard because like to be able to describe his amazingness.
Save it up.
To be able to describe what this man offers. So basically, the way if you took a let's say a Pegasus, right? That's a cool mythical creature. If you took a Pegasus and the Pegasus made love to a dragon, and then that baby then grew up and made love with a griffin, right? And the griffin baby made love with a freaking I'm trying to find this one. Unicorn. And then the griffin baby then made love to a freaking unicorn. Then you might come close to the epic, crazy mythology of this person. And it's so obvious who we're talking about. Obviously, everybody knows we're talking about the one and the only Keith McReal, right? Like, I didn't even have to say the name. I'm just saying the name for all the people that are listening on the podcast. Keith McReal, he's like the type of person that when you meet him, it's like an outer body experience, right? Like you don't really know that you met him until after he's gone. I'm not saying it's like coming face to face with our Lord and Savior, but I'm not saying it's not.
You're saying that some people die when they see him.
All I'm saying is like there have been times where I knew he was nearby just because of the presence that his aura put off, and I was just like, "Whoa, that must be a McReal." Yep, there's Keith. I mean, dude is so freaking crazy. I mean, he is Keith McReal. Keith McReal. He makes McLovin, right?
Yeah.
That movie character McLovin look like a nobody. We're talking about McReal, and it's not even a fake made up name. His name was freaking McReal. Keith McReal.
Say his name.
And he only had to change his last name to McReal because people wouldn't believe who he really was. They saw him, they're like, nah, that's got to be some movie CGI thing. No way somebody is that beautiful and gorgeous. That's got to be fake. Nah, no way somebody makes the hairs on my head and the back of my neck stand up like that. That's got to be fake. Nope. It's real. It's McReal. It's so real. It's McReal. Keith McReal. Boom. That's what he does. And I'll be careful. Hey, be careful. If he winks at you, you may get pregnant. Just Dude's got powers, man. He winked at me one time, and then my stomach hurt for a week. I wasn't pregnant. I was just like all excited, and my stomach got knots. But man, I was just like, bro, Keith McReal. Mick Real. Love it.
Nice.
Keith, we appreciate you putting up with us, man. I don't know why you do. Yeah. I don't know why my wife does, but you do. And I'm very thankful for you. And thankful for everything that you're a part of. And we love you, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for supporting the podcast. And if anybody else wants to check out the Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/Epic Gaming Night and check out all the awesome stuff over there. Thank you so much, everybody who supports us there. Also, make sure to check us out over on Twitter and Instagram at Epic Gaming Night. Make sure to check out Rob at writing.newman. Don't get it twisted. And Matt at Shades of the Mind. Is that how that works?
I'm also pretty excited for when I get to DM Dungeons on our Misplaced Meeples. Got some crazy ideas.
Oh man,
don't know
have
if
you
I'll
been
be allowed
writing
to do
stuff and figuring stuff out?
I just still have my same one crazy idea.
We are kind of getting close to where I could pass it off pretty easily.
Well, I think Adam wants to go next. I think he's been kind of excited, okay, cool. But
Adam, you're gonna be able to tie us in. We'll see how that goes. Should be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Sweet. Awesome. And also make sure to check out all our videos over on the Dice Tower with Favorite Game Friday and Eric Lang meme review. I posted it in the chat. Make sure to check out the Eric Lang meme review because it's funny. Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, everybody, for turning out.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. Man, what is that box you sent, Matt?
Oh, that's the Daedalus's Mansions of Madness box.
Does it even fit the news expansion?
Goodness.
I have no idea.
I should actually open
Hey, awesome night, guys and gals. Liz, we love you. Be safe with all the weather. I'm excited to meet up in July. We'll see you at Dice Tower Con.
Dice Tower Con is going to be amazing, everybody. I'm so stoked for that.
It is very right.
Yes, if you can make it down to Dice Tower Con, we're going to do some fun stuff for fans of the show and patrons. We're going to do a bunch of get together and games because that's all we're going to do for days is play games. And I'm coming up with a scavenger hunt. It's going to be kind of crazy. But that's it. You guys have an awesome, fantastic, and blessed night. And we will talk to you guys later.
See you on the next one. Peace.
Out.